Yeah, it's your boy Crypto Blood, and welcome to another episode of My Two Satoshis. It is a snowy November 11th, 2019. Shout out to my man UK Ranja for the song request today. Big Punisher and Fat Joe Twins freestyle. Let's rock out to that. What's going on, people? Hope you guys are doing well again. Welcome to another episode. Today we're going to be looking at something that Mike Novogratz said regarding the China coin, or their digital currency. They're calling it. It's not a cryptocurrency in their eyes, but it is what it is. He's basically saying this might undermine the U.S. reserve status. It just depends, in my opinion, on what this currency looks like. Is it going to be partially backed by gold? Is it going to be only backed by renminbi? I don't know. Once we find out the details, I'll give you my full assessment of it. But yeah, I mean, if they're backing some of it by gold, Bitcoin, which I don't think they would, it definitely will threaten the U.S. reserve currency. So we'll see what Mike Novogratz says about that. Then second article is out of Decrypt Media. Bakkt opens Bitcoin custody solution to all institutions. The first institution to use Bakkt Bitcoin custody solution will be Pantera Capital, Galaxy Digital, which is Mike Novogratz's firm, and Tagomi. We'll take a look at this as well. And lastly, out of Cointelegraph, boxing legend Manny Pacquiao Pac token set for IEO. What the hell is he doing a token for? I'm thoroughly confused. We're going to take a look at the details, though. It caught my attention, so I want to report on it. But before we get started, make sure you get over to cryptoblood.io. If you're interested in that trading bot, check it out. We're finally getting back to above where we were back in November of 2018. First of the year was brutal for any bot because there was no liquidity, no price action, I should say. So yeah, we're looking good now. Check us out. 3 different options for you. You do 3-month subscription, 6-month, or 12-month. Of course, there are discounts with the longer length subscriptions, and all of the reporting is transparent. You can check it out. These are the actual algos running. You check out those charts, and you also can check out detailed breakdown of the performance month to month for each pair we're trading, Bitcoin and Ethereum. So you'll be able to get a detailed report on all of that. Where else do you get that? I don't know anywhere else that's giving you full reports on the performance of the algo. Check us out, cryptoblood.io. And shout out to Moon Lambo. If you guys need some crypto apparel, make sure you jump over to shopmoonlambo.com and get it there. You can save 10% if you use the word cryptoblood10 at checkout. Let's take a look at this market, though. We're looking red all across the board from this heat map. Bitcoin's dominance is at 65.81%. It's currently down 3.3% to $8,739. Ethereum not down as much, down 1.5% to $186. It's been holding up actually pretty well. EOS is down 3.7% to $3.46. We've got Binance token down 1.8% to $20.13. Litecoin down 2.5% to $62.53. And XRP down 2.6%. But for the most part, most of these coins today are down. Neo is up, Algorand is up, and Atom. That's all I can see from the majors. As far as the charts go, we're bouncing off that line still. We tried hard to get back above 9,000 and got rejected. Very hard. That was actually, to be honest with you, this move right here, people, this little move right here was a very bearish move. It was a total rejection of this rally we had a few days ago. So at this point, it's not looking good for us to hold this support. Though we're holding it right now at 8,600, I think we may break below and head for the 83. So 83 should definitely be the floor. I don't see us traversing this whole rally that we had last week. I don't see us traversing that. If we traverse this entire rally, meaning this area right here, that is very bearish. That is very bearish, because that means that this move, which was kind of off of the backs of China, President Xi mentioning Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies, didn't even mention Bitcoin. He mentioned cryptocurrencies. People FOMO'd, went crazy, rallied it. If we traverse this whole move up, this means that there's not enough confidence in the market for us to go higher. And if we head back to this point, that means we're probably going to head lower. My hope is that we hold this 8,300. right there. That's where we need to hold. So at this point, I am still, I'm not bullish. Bullish above 80 or 9,400. Kind of neutral if you want to call it. But I would be bearish below 8,300. Because at that point, I think we're heading back to 7,400 and even lower than that possibly. A lot of scribble scrabble, but I hope you understand what I'm saying there. First article. Decrypt Media, Bakkt opens Bitcoin custody solution to all institutions. The first institutions, as I've stated at the beginning, are going to be Pantera Capital, Galaxy Digital, and Togami. It says Bakkt has expanded its Bitcoin custody offering to institutions beyond just supporting those trading on Bakkt's Bitcoin Futures Exchange. According to the blog post today, this is because it has now received authorization from the New York Department of Financial Services to do so. Bakkt plans to onboard new institutions in the next few weeks as well. Bakkt is a Bitcoin futures exchange, if you guys don't know, that was launched by International Exchange, which is the parent company of New York Stock Exchange. It launched to a slow start, but volume on the exchanges have been steadily building up and tend to increase when the Bitcoin market sees increased volatility. In the blog post from Bakkt, they pointed out that it uses biometrically controlled bank-grade vaults and enterprise-grade security modules to ensure that customers' funds are kept secure. This is key in light of the major crypto exchange hackings that we've seen in the past. So, bam, there you have it. This is something that's slowly building up, gaining more momentum. And as I've told you, this is the one we need to watch, these Bakkt futures, because they're settled in Bitcoin. And I heard someone tell me, don't know where, but I did see someone mention that Bakkt now also settles in cash. I don't know about that. I have to do some more research, but typically this is what happens anyway. They always are able to settle in cash, even though they say, Bitcoin. Normally what these types of futures exchanges have in their clauses is that if there's some catastrophic shock to their supply of Bitcoin where they can't get it in the open market or whatever the case may be, they can pay you in cash. That's always there, that's normally in the clause. You look at it in futures on COMEX, same thing. They can settle you in cash if it's an emergency, if they can't get their hands on any physical, in this case, a real spot Bitcoin. So I'll have to look into that, but someone did tell me that, and I wasn't shocked because typically, again, that's what's inside of the detailed fine print with these exchanges. Second article, Cointelegraph, boxing legend Manny Pacquiao's Bakkt token set for IEO on November 12th. What is this about? Boxing legend and Filipino politician Manny Pacquiao's Bakkt token will become available for purchase on the Singapore-based GCOX crypto exchange through an initial exchange offering on November 12th, according to a press release shared with the Cointelegraph. The Bakkt token was first launched at the start of September this year, and its main purpose is to facilitate the purchase of merchandise and social media interactions with Philippines-born current welterweight champion. According to previous reports, the token's launch was backed and supported by a member of the Abu Dhabi ruling family, as well as former Liverpool football striker Michael Owen. So the Bakkt token functions like any other tradable cryptocurrency backed by distributed ledger technology. The token has a variety of uses, as stated by Pacquiao in an email conversation with Cointelegraph. It says that Bakkt token can be used for several purposes, and also for me to reach out to my fans all over the world. Among other things, the token will enable fans of the politician and sports star to connect through the acclaimed social app. Users will receive loyalty points that can then be redeemed for autographed merchandise, complimentary tickets to meet and greet events with Pacquiao, as well as multimedia content such as access to live streams and motivational videos. The CEO of the exchange that this token will be placed on said that the Bakkt token is the first asset to combine blockchain technology with fan culture and give the devotion of Manny's supporters. And I have to say, it is not. There have been many coins prior to this one that is supposed to represent a particular brand or celebrity. In addition, Lee said that the token is created to provide a more exclusive membership-like experience when interacting with Pacquiao. However, this would not mean that those who do not hold the tokens will not be able to interact with the boxer, as Pacquiao will still be active on social media just as before. So, to be honest with you, this is just a bunch of PR stunt here. There's nothing relevant at this point. People They're not ready for this. Most people don't even have Bitcoin. And then there's still a large chunk of people that don't even understand what Bitcoin is at all. So I'm not too sure how successful this will be at all. I don't think very successful, to be honest with you. If we're talking about a LeBron James or the British IndyCar driver or some famous soccer player, maybe. I think that may have a little bit more weight, but I'm still not convinced that these type of tokens are really ready. The market is ready for this. I don't think they are yet. You guys let me know in the comments below about that though. Do you think these types of coins, is the public ready for these types of tokens? Last article out of CCN is regarding what Mike Novogratz warned regarding this digital currency that China is rolling out. He says that it might undermine the U.S. reserve status. So it says that billionaire Mike Novogratz has warned that the United States reserve status is likely to be undermined by Chinese blockchain and cryptocurrencies revolution. In the forewarning, he underscores that China is already ahead in some areas such as fintech, and the United States is merely playing catch up. His remarks came in the wake of the renaissance in China to further blockchain development and boost the yuan into becoming a globalized currency. Recent statements by Chinese President Xi Jinping pledging support for the industry, affirming the government's stance on the issue as well as the level of consideration for its potential. Mike Novogratz said in a tweet, "And if we don't transition to a digital world that will change, we are way behind on the crypto USD. China is coming and coming fast. They are way ahead in fintech. Their president just publicly claimed his support to all these things in the blockchain. We risk losing our reserve status." Just last week, Huawei and the Chinese central bank, which I did cover for you guys, signed agreements involving blockchain development. The move was apparently to fast track the development of the yuan-based cryptocurrency. Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg had previously voiced concerns about Chinese government entering the crypto game, and this was during the Libra Senate hearings, which took place last month. In light of these events, some notable U.S. lawmakers have called upon the Federal Reserve to come up with their own platform. But my question, I'm just going to pause here. Think about this. Remember, the Federal Reserve is a private entity. If right now might be the time for the U.S. government to end the Fed. This will be a very good transitional period and a good excuse to do so. So remember, it's in this perverted, upside down world that we live in, this monetary world that we live in the U.S. Our own government doesn't even control our money. It's controlled by a private entity called the Federal Reserve. They're not federal at all. If you don't know that, definitely I say check out the book by G. Edward Griffin. Very good book. The Creature from Jekyll Island. Long read, and I suggest doing an Audible book. But very, very good book on how the Federal Reserve was created and all that stuff, man. It just is eye-opening. But anyway, this would be a great point for the government to say, okay, all right, we'll make our own coin. Boom. And it'll just be the government creating it and issuing it instead of the Federal Reserve. Then that would end the need for the Federal Reserve. So that would be interesting if that actually happened, but I'm not too convinced it would. Now, you do have to remember that Federal Reserve is working on a service called FedNow. The service is slated to be a round-the-clock payment system that will allow instant fund transfers throughout the country in a manner akin to blockchain networks. In his letter to the Federal Reserve Board of Governors, Rohit asked the agency to move quickly to prevent major private enterprises from seizing control of critical monetary infrastructure, i.e. Facebook and Libra, which I told you out the gate. I told you guys the day the white paper dropped, it was not going to happen just for that reason. It is not clear at the moment whether the federal network will be cryptocurrency based. When it comes to crypto networks, there's been some opposition to the idea. Some politicians, such as Dr. Ron Paul, have called into question the relevance of such a system when there is a clearinghouse which offers fast money transfers and is tried and tested. Man, this is crazy. You guys let me know what you think is going to transpire, man. Listen, I've been telling you guys, you have to start looking and reading news outlets outside the United States, man. Like, you got to remember, like, we're getting filtered news. We're getting filtered news. China is doing their thing over there. You call them communists or whatever you want to label them. They're ahead of us in technology, under that umbrella blockchain. It's just, it's scary. And so I think we're definitely, we have a hubris about us, meaning just our politicians, policymakers, and everything in general have a hubris about themselves where they think the United States is forever going to be on top, number one. And it's not number one on anything, to be honest with you. Look at any list, education, food quality, wealth per capita, anything. We're not number one on anything, yet we still think we're back in 1950s. Crazy. You guys let me know your thoughts about this. Will the Chinese digital currency undermine the U.S. reserve status? It's possible. I need to know more information about that currency, though. If it's going to be backed by a basket of coins and commodities, then absolutely. Again, let me know your thoughts on all three topics for today. And shout out to UK Ranger for that Big Punisher and Fat Joe Twins track. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe, and click that bell to be notified about unbiased news reported by yours truly, Crypto Blood. I'm out of here, people. Holla!